Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be checking out the new Mutable Sample Project Infinite Level. Basically, the Mutable plugin is a new character customization plugin inside of Unreal Engine 5.5 that can be used to add a fully modular customization system to characters. And in this Infinite Level demo, they are showcasing the use of the Mutable plugin with randomly generating crowd characters so that you can have an infinite combination of different characters. And this would be perfect for generating things like background characters or NPCs in your game if you just wanted a crowd character with random customized outfits. Also, another thing that the Mutable plugin can do is it can optimize the mesh as well. So you can add different types of variations of outfits with patches, tattoos, helmets, and all the meshes and faces that aren't used, that are underneath certain parts of the outfits will be removed, textures will be baked down, and so it's a very well optimized method for using custom characters. And so this is a very good example of what it'd be like to use this in a project where you'd have a bunch of crowd characters or background characters with random customized outfits. Also, if you guys are wondering about this Mutable Sample project, it was actually released the other day on Fab, so you can download it right now. I'll leave the link in the description of this video. So in this video, we'll be taking a look at this Mutable crowd demo, and before we get into it, we have just a quick word from our sponsor. Have you ever dreamed of making your own video game? Are you tired of watching millions of YouTube tutorials that don't teach you anything? Well, I was in your same position many years ago, and so that's why I created the ultimate Unreal Engine 5 multiplayer survival game course. This course will teach you step by step how to create a Steam multiplayer survival game inside of Unreal Engine 5 from complete scratch. You'll learn how to create a drag and drop inventory system, a crafting system where you can craft different types of tools and items. We'll create a harvesting system and gathering system where you can chop down trees, you can mine rocks and pick bushes. We'll add a complete building system where you can build a base and a raiding and clans or tribe system so you can raid other players. We'll even add this open world map and show you how to host the game on a server on Amazon Web Services. This course is jam-packed with over 250 course lectures and over 70 plus hours of content to help you get started on your game development journey in Unreal Engine 5. And I made this course because it was extremely hard to get into game development because there was no course like this that shows you start to finish what it takes to make a game. You can pick up the course right now on my website smartpoly.teachable.com or click the top link in the description below. You can get the course right now with a big discount. The price of the course will be raised later on, and you don't want to miss out on this limited time offer. So take your game development skills to the next level and check out the course, link in the description below. Okay, so here we are in the demo. If you hit play, you can go to the infinite level right over here. So I've already checked out the customization system. You can check out my full video that I did here on the channel. But today we're going to be checking out the infinite level. So if we go ahead and click on it, this will pull up the infinite level. So basically this is the level that generates automatically random customized characters. So the first thing that we have in here is this new character. So you can see that this character doesn't have any shoes. We have this helmet. It also has different patches. So what you'll notice on the characters is they can generate random patches as well as different variations in colors. So let's go ahead and fly over here and check out some of the other different characters that we got generated. So you can see this guy has a different type of shirt, shoes on, some sweatpants, and also the face variations. So they have sort of like this cyberpunk customization. This guy has a lot of wear on his jacket. This has some shorts. He also has some sort of like sweatpants underneath the shorts, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, those are the different customization settings. This guy has, no shirt underneath, no shoes. So it's very interesting to see the different characters that are randomly generated. This is all procedurally generated using this plugin. This character just has no pants underneath. Okay, let's go over here. A lot of them don't really have shoes on. This guy has like a little tank top. Also, the skin color is another thing that can be customized. So you can see that they have different skin tones. Pretty interesting. And none of them really look super similar. And they only have like a couple of different types of jackets and t-shirts and things like that. So obviously this is using, not a huge data set of clothing. But of course you could add more different random outfits and accessories to have a more wide variety of different things. But so far, a lot of the outfits are fairly different that you can see that have been generated. And on the left there, you should be able to see how many instances have been generated. So that is how many total characters with different clothing have been generated in the scene. The total instances is the total amount of characters. So you can see in the very back there, those gray characters, those don't actually have any outfits on them currently. So only the generated instances, which are these characters in front of us, which I believe is, a certain radius from the character, are the actual clothing and accessories been generated for. So you can see, if you look at the background, you can see them being generated as I stream in and out. So if I move closer to the background characters, they'll be randomly generated. And yeah, so here's some more of the different outfits. So some of them have different custom tattoos. So you see this guy has a different tattoo on his body, which is pretty nice. You can have different patterns, different tattoos. And I'm wondering if the tattoo regions are also randomly generated, like the area of the body that has a tattoo. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, all the different combinations for characters that you can have. And I'm actually going to show you guys the benchmark, which will just show us flying through the level. So I've actually gone ahead and packaged this game as a exe file, just so I can show you guys some of the performance and what it would look like with this random generated crowd system. So yeah, here we are in the demo. We'll just give it a second to load up. We're getting about 100 frames a second right now. Let's go ahead and toggle the benchmark. So press Z, and that will go ahead and take our camera through this level. So yeah, about 98, 100 frames. And I'm on the RTX 4090. So here we are flying through the level. It's gone down to about, 70, 60 frames a second. And I'm thinking, the more generation that has to do, a lot of CPU usage that has to do, so it has to randomly generate all the different outfit pieces. Also, these are all skeletal meshes as well, so if they're playing, I think, like these idle animations, that could also be a lot of stress on the CPU. So let's see, we're getting about 60, 50 FPS, so it's dropped like almost halfway of our frame rate from the start. And that again can just be because of the number of generated instances of characters. Now, the way that the Mutable plugin works is it's fairly well optimized in the case that the character models, the faces underneath the custom clothing pieces are being removed. So you don't have extra faces that you'd normally have with a character customization system, where you'd have clothing pieces underneath part of the character. So let's go ahead and toggle that one more time. But as you can see, we are averaging around 50 to 60 frames a second. But the idea behind the Mutable character customization plugin is that you won't have to completely modularize the character model, in the sense that you have to split up the body into different parts so that you can see certain parts of the body to be compatible with your clothing. So you'll instead make the clothing modular, and with those different clothing pieces, you can add these culling volumes that will remove the faces of certain meshes. So for example, if you had something like a helmet, or remove the head entirely, if the helmet is fully covering the face and you can't see anything underneath, it will remove, the entire head mesh, all the face, the hair, all that stuff. If you had a helmet like a bike helmet or something like that, it will remove just the hair mesh. So all of that is powered through the Mutable plugin. And of course, there's a lot more other things that we can do with this plugin. But yeah, that is basically what the benchmark looks like. So you can see just how it runs with randomly generating characters. So we saw in like the city sample, they're using different characters with metahumans for the background characters, or the NPCs in the game. I believe those were all characters that had presetted outfits, so they weren't randomly customized at runtime like what these characters are in the scene. So I don't think that's really a good comparison, but this could potentially be a really good alternative to having NPCs or background characters in your game. Or maybe if you need to use this in your films, where you have background crowds of people that don't look the same, that have different outfits. All I can think about right now is the cyberpunk crowd and NPCs, walking through the random sea of people. So I'm thinking maybe like this is the same sort of thing. Plus, all these characters look like they are following this sort of cyberpunk trend, because they have the cyborg arm, different parts of the body, as well as the outfit and the helmet. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to take a look at the random character generation system using Mutable customization inside of the Mutable Sample Project. Again, you guys can actually download this right now on Fab, so I'll leave a link to the sample project in the description below. But overall, it's pretty impressive seeing this being used to generate random crowd outfits. Let me know what you guys think about this feature down in the comments down below. Is this something you'd be interested in using in your own game? Let me know down in the comments, and that's pretty much it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.